Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, wherever you are in the world. My name is Jade, and this is How to App on iOS. And today we are going to mess around with importing Midi into GarageBand. But first, we're going to kick off with somebody's music who's just finished their album and is going to be released very soon. This is the incomparable Thomas Christ. Boom! Hey, how you all going? Hope you're all doing good. Thomas Christ. Yeah, pretty sick stuff, yeah? And that is from his forthcoming album, Flaw in My Design. Why did I play that? Well, because Thomas is the silent assassin. That's what we call him behind his back, because he's always lurking around, watching in silence, taking all in the information, and then he churns out wicked stuff like that. Because you would have noticed a lot of the effects in that were from the episode I did on Mega Photo the other day. And within a day, Thomas takes that app and turns it into something absolutely sick. As usual, that's why he's the silent assassin. Boom. Hey, hope you're all doing well. If you're on Facebook, thanks for being here. You can always come over here and join everybody in the chat, the Wicked Community, at youtube.com/Jade Starr, or head over to Twitch at twitch.tv/howtoapp on iOS, or watch the show daily in the browser at howtoapponIOS.com. Awesome stuff. Let's say a lot of folks in the chat, then we'll jump over and look at the price drops if there's any, because there are a few. Russ8889, hello. Speaking of Russ, you know what? Russ's new album has been submitted to stores as well. The Delicate Giants has been uploaded. When is it coming? I'll leave that up to Russ to let you all know. But it's sick. It's awesome. So we've got Thomas Galane's album. Oh, Thomas Galane is actually doing an album. We've got Thomas Christ, who's got an album sitting waiting to come out. We've got Russ8889, who's got an album coming out. We've got Cy effing Good to See as No MS, which is an album coming out soon. Man, there's albums coming out the fucking wazoo, isn't there? Hello, Cy. It's always effing good to see you. Hello to Seba. Hello to anyone else I've missed. Let me scroll, you bolt. Hello, Brad. Example. My mushroom. The taste for all seasons of mushrooms. Got a taste of their own. Hambo Hounso, hope you're doing well. Also, let me scroll. I saw some other people there. I saw Thomas Galane as well. Thomas Galane, hello to you, my friend. Anyone else I missed? No, I don't think so. Let's just, if I have missed you, sorry. Let's jump in. Let's have a look. We have albums coming out the wazoo, as I said, and there's a few apps to look at for price drops. The session band apps, nearly all of them, they're all done. Look at all this stuff. They're all on sale again, down from like $9 to like $2.99. There's heaps of them. Session ukulele, session this, session that, session bloody blah. But the big one is Nano Studio 2 is half price from $20 to $9.99. So if you don't have it, now's the time to get it. Will it go on sale again? Can't always tell. What's the track record? That's what's good about this site. You can see the track record of price changes for Nano Studio. So we had a price drop in August. That's where we are now. Then we had a price drop back in April, and there was a price drop back in November. So I would say there will probably the next one probably won't be around November to December. But absolutely worth your time to grab Nano Studio 222 because it's cool. All right, so what are we doing today? Oh, shit, I'm not even on camera. What's going on? There I am. Oh, and now I'm gone. And now I'm back. Cool. All righty, what are we doing today? We're going to look at some covers, how to do covers, how to make karaoke tracks, because look, there's so many shows now where people like Metalhead Hippie, for example, there's a big example. Metalhead Hippie, who shows on right now, opposite the other channel running parallel to me, there's a lot of people who release covers who don't necessarily have a band and such, yeah? So if you've got an iOS device, it is incredibly possible to make your own karaoke tracks using MIDI files. Now, what I'm going to say off the bat is I think this is not what to do. Don't just download one of these MIDI files and then just dump it in GarageBand and then just save it and say it's yours. That's bullshit. That's plagiarizing, and it sounds like crap. Trust me, if you're doing it, we know. We can tell. All right? Because you can hear that somebody's done it. You'll see what I mean when we jump into this. Now, let's talk a little bit about GarageBand, because we all know the GarageBand's MIDI kind of sort of isn't really that cool. It's MIDI, but it's not MIDI. You can't really export the MIDI. When you import it, it's kind of sort of clunky. It's not like some of the other apps that are around, kind of like, let's say, Cubasis 3, or like one app I'm going to use today for an example. You don't have to use this app. You can use like Cubasis, or there's a multitude of other DAWs that understand MIDI the way I'm going to show you much better than GarageBand, because it is a two-step process. You can try and do it in a one-step process, and sometimes it'll work, but not all the time will it work because of the limitations of GarageBand. So firstly, what we're going to show you is in the description, there's a whole bunch of links that I've placed there for you with a selection of free MIDI websites for you to go and search for songs that you might want to cover. So in that list, I have, let's bring up the page. So this one is called midiworld.com. As you can see here, there's just when you go here, you can see like names like Ghostbusters and Bohemian Rhapsody. So there's a whole lot of these things here. There's a search bar for you to go and do a search. We'll click on the next tab. So again, as I said, all these are in the description. So you've got this one is bitmidi.com. So there's a whole lot of, just on this first page, like movie themes like Star Wars, Pirates of the Caribbean. So there's a whole lot of this stuff. I don't think this one has a search engine, does it? Yes, there's a search engine up the top. So you can do a search for whatever you're kind of looking for. We'll skip across to the next one. freemidi.org. Here's another one. Again, why am I giving you a whole list of these? Because you will find some of the MIDI files are submitted just by, a lot of them are submitted by random people. So they might suck. They might not have the full instrumentation. They might be completely horrible and out of key, the wrong BPM. It's hit and miss, yeah? So it's good to have a good list of free MIDI websites at your disposal to search for multiple versions of the song you're looking for. And out of them, you're going to find one that will hopefully be enough for you to build on top of and make your own. Why is it a good thing to make these karaoke tracks? As I said in the beginning, if you're like wanting to record videos to send like to YML, Pete's show, or like a Metalhead Hippie show, and you don't play music, you just want to sing. You're a singer, you want to sing over a backing track. The problem is when you download karaoke tracks, they also have copyright content ID from YouTube. So whoever's playing them is going to get pinged, no matter what you sing over the top of them, because the karaoke companies, they end up getting a claim on their song because, say, let's start hit the top. So Metallica has, say, a song, Enter Sandman. Then a karaoke company makes a karaoke version of Enter Sandman. So now they're getting claimed by Metallica, and now they create a claim for themselves because they've done a variant. They've done a variation of that. So if you're using the karaoke track, you're going to get a claim on it. So to create your own MIDI tracks, you're actually, you won't, so you've got a better chance of not getting a claim against your name when you sing over the top of them. What you will get is something like shared content. So it'll be a shared claim. So you'll be sharing the revenue with the original artist, which is much better for you and much better for the people who are playing your music, like YML or Metalhead Hippie. They won't get as many claims as well. So it works better for everybody, if you know what I mean. Hello, Joshua. Welcome to you. So this is why. Plus, if you're doing a cover, sometimes it's really interesting to make the music a little bit different than the original cover. And with a MIDI file, you have the complete power to change the MIDI, take this MIDI, mess around with it yourself, change the instruments around, make it your own, so it sounds more interesting. Yeah. Let's dive further. So this one's called freemidi.org, and again has a search engine up here. They all have search engines. So the next one across here is midisfree.com, and again search engine to the left here. You can look, as you see down the side, Dr. Dre. There's hundreds and thousands of these MIDI files that get uploaded every day. And I haven't forgot the metalheads as well, because there's two more I've got here. This is a metal MIDI site, and you can see here you've got Carcass, and Black Sabbath, Iron Maiden, Judas Priest, Megadeth. Why would I be showing you this? Well, I look at Metalhead Hippie show all the time, and I see people in their room playing their guitar to the actual track, the actual song. With this, you can download the MIDI of, say, a Megadeth song, keep the bass, keep the drums, and record your own guitar over the top. And you don't have to do as much work. And you won't get a claim. Metalhead Hippie will get less claims, you know what I'm saying? And then you can solo over the top and do whatever you want. So look, there's Metallica, all this kind of stuff, Ozzy Osbourne, Pantera. Plus, there's another metal one right at the end here. This is a Russian site called MIDI Melody RU, and like if you do a search, just say, you'll get these pop up sometimes with these sites. So if I do Carcass, which is a pretty cool grindcore band, and do a search, we've got the band Carcass here, you can see. So it's come up with Carcass. If I click on Carcass, we get a redirect, pop-ups. Look at all these Carcass tracks. So if you're a metalhead, holy pretty cool, yeah? So these are the sites. So how do you grab one of these songs? Let's go over here. Let's go to like MIDI. Let's try this one, maybe free MIDI, yeah? And we'll put the Beatles, because, you know, of course we're going to put the Beatles. And just hit do a search. Did anything come up? I don't think anything did come up. Did I spell it right? Fucking hell. You know what? I'm going to try this one. Where are we? Search. Boom, 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 boom. There we go. So I've hit Beatles here. Look at all these. I saw her standing. A whole bunch of stuff here, yeah? Hard Day's Night. Really easy to grab these. Because you're on iOS and in your Safari, all you normally need to do, so if we grab like, what can we grab out of here? What's a... What's something a bit more... Look, there's... Oh, God, there's pages of them. There's like 8 pages. Yeah, I know. I'm doing it for you, Russ, just to piss you off. It's all about you, Russ. 8 days a week, help. So I'm trying to find something that's not so rock and roll. See, we can go back here and let's put Beatles Michelle or something, yeah? See if we can find My Michelle. Oh, I couldn't find it, really? That sucks. What the hell, dude? How can that not be there? I'm going to go to number 3. All right, Norwegian Wood. Let's grab Norwegian Wood. So you'll see, if I zoom in here, there's a little download button. So I'm just going to click that. And here's what it does. It picks up straight and asking you, would you like to save this to your download manager? Hit download, and you'll see up the top here, the little download manager has flashed. And then when I click on it, it's already downloaded. It's ready to go. So it's in your downloads folder. Now that we have the file, yeah? It's a bit of a 2-step process. Now, you can try just opening it up in GarageBand if you want. That's up to you. But from my experience, it's going to be toilet. Because as I said, GarageBand struggles to understand the MIDI files. So what I'll tend to do, what works for me and will work for you, is if you open it up in another door that handles MIDI first, and then it opens the track and separates all the tracks and assigns instruments to it within a actual MIDI door that understands MIDI properly. And then from there, you save that and then open it into GarageBand. All right? Trust me on this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open it up in Music Studio. This one here. So I'm going to go into my Files app and find this file. There it is, Norwegian Wood. And I'm going to click on it. And it doesn't open, yeah? So it doesn't do anything. So I'm going to hit share up the top, and then I'm going to scroll across here and find, hopefully it's, where is my Music Studio? There it is. I'm going to click on Music Studio, and now Beatles Norwegian Wood has been imported into here. And there it is selected, yeah? So now I've got it selected, and I'm going to go over here and load it. Boom. It's going to ask me if I want to load it. Yes, please. Now I'm going to go up to tracks, and here it is. It's separated everything into MIDI tracks, and it's assigned, as you'll see to the side here, all the instruments. So you've got a pick bass, flute, ukulele, sitar, ukulele, jazz drum kit. It doesn't, a lot of the times these things don't understand guitar, and they put things in ukulele, right? But you'll see. So let's hear what it sounds like. It's going to sound like crap, yeah? So this is Music Studio. I've done a show on it. You can go back. It's one of the first doors that was pretty much on iOS. Let's have a play, see what it sounds like. It's going to sound crap. There you go. So, sounds like pox, yeah? Sounds absolutely rubbish. So, let's go back to our projects here. And what I'm going to do is, and it's the same kind of thing as when you're in Cubasis. If you open it in Cubasis, same kind of thing. You can open it in Cubasis and then just save it again. So what I'm going to do now is I'm still clicked on it, and now I'm going to hit save. And I'm going to hit, I'm just going to put at the end of this, change the title to GB, which will become GarageBand, and hit OK. So I know this is the GarageBand version. And now I'm going to export this file as a Midi. And now here I have it sitting here, GarageBand, it's a Midi file. Now I want to share this into GarageBand. So I'm going to hit share down here, go into files, hit OK, export. These are all like, you know, it's same kind of thing to, if I'll show you in Cubasis how to do this as well. It doesn't matter what UI looks like, Seba, it's how it works. It's like the size of dicks. It doesn't matter how big they are. It's work. So on my iPad, we're going to go to GarageBand. Let me find GarageBand. GarageBand iOS, and save it in the GarageBand file transfer, yeah? So I'm going to save it in there. Remember what it's called, Beatles. And now let's open up GarageBand and see what it sounds like in GarageBand. We need to start a brand new song. And when you're creating a MIDI track in GarageBand, you have to open it up with an audio recorder. So you hit more sounds, fun and clean. And yeah, it's the oldest music creation app on iOS, but it still has been updated to still work. It's still absolutely beautiful. Of course I lowered the tone. That's me, Russ. Man, GarageBand takes so long to open up a new file, a new project these days. I don't know what it is. I think it's getting bloated. Just look at this. Look how long it takes, man. Super frustrating. But we'll be here in a second. Yeah, let's go. No, I'm not doing those today. So right, so here we are. We've got a brand new track, and we've got a vocal track here. Let's import the MIDI. So you go up to the top here to, and as you see, I'm just going to type Beatles, and it finds this track. So now I need to drag it across into an empty track, and there you go. All the tracks are now in here, and you'll see what's happened now. What has happened here, because I opened it up in a previous, because I opened it up in the previous thing, it actually understands the instruments a little bit better, and it's put instead of ukuleles, it's actually made the guitars here. So we've got guitars. A lot of the time, GarageBand doesn't understand the MIDI data the first time you put it in, and it doesn't assign the right instruments. That's why I prefer to open it up inside another door that has MIDI first. So let's play around with this. You will notice the first thing off the bat is all the volumes here are all blocked out. I can't move them. I can't move any of them. They're all stuck in place. All MIDI files that you open in here, this is what happens. They all get locked. How do you fix this? You actually click on the top track, right click and hit automation, and you turn off all the automation that is on every track. Because what happens with MIDI files is in normal MIDI programs, there's automation across all the tracks. GarageBand just automatically defaults to setting all the automation on. So now I can move all the volumes down. Now I have complete control over this MIDI track. Let's kick off with the bass first and have a listen to it. We're going to turn it up. Wow, it sounds horrible, doesn't it? Listen to that. All right. Let's mess with it. Let's change it, because we can do that. We can now go in here, and I want to change this to more of a Liverpool bass. All right, that's already better. So it already sounds a lot better. Put a bit of reverb on it. Sweet. Now, with a lot of these MIDI tracks, there's always one or two tracks that carry the tune of the vocal. And we don't want that. And I'm guessing it's going to be the koto just by looking at these. So let's turn up this koto and see what it is. There you go. There's the vocal right there. So always one of these tracks carries the vocal tune. So for now, we're just going to turn that down and mute it. Don't need it right now because this is going to be a backing karaoke track for somebody to sing over. Yes, somebody to sing over. Let's have a look at the guitars now because they've been assigned the generic guitars from... Cool. How can we make these sound any better? Because we've got two of them. Looks like they've been hard panned. Okay, what we're going to do first is let's look at our because you want to mess with these and make them your own. At the end of the day, that's how you make these things actually much better. I'm going to go in and go to our audio unit extensions and let's see what am I looking for? I'm looking for the Nembrini Acoustic Voice app. Let's see what this does. We've got room to add another plug-in, so I'm just going to throw on, of course, something like Black Hole. Cool. Now again, this ain't going to be perfect, but if you're a guitarist, you might want to ditch these tracks and just keep the drum and bass. That's what building these things is all about, yeah? We're going to bring this guitar back into this one into the middle as well. And again, with this one, we'll go in and add some Nembrini. So I've just changed the tone of the other guitar as well. Now we've got some drums here. So you can hear too, with these flutes, they're pretty rancid, yeah? They're not kind of... Hey, what's going on, Cam? Hope you're doing well. So they're all out of time. You hear that? They don't feel right. This is the beautiful thing about the Midi here. You can come in. See that? That note there is out. So you're going to have to do this kind of stuff. Go in and edit it. I'd take this back a little bit too. Let's go back with that. So now that we've changed that up and we bring all these in again, that should sound a lot better. So it's still out of time, But you don't have to stick with these instruments. This is the thing. You can change these instruments up. You can change them to any GarageBand instrument you want. So you can go in here and change from flute to grab something like a brass ensemble if you want to make it your own. This is the thing, yeah? Wow, heaps different, yeah? So you might want to drag that note out a bit. We can go in here and edit it. That last note, we can drag that out to maybe here, really long. Let's hear that again. Probably a bit too long. So you see what I mean? You can get in here and really change things around. You can go in and even change to audio audio unit extension. Let's do that just to show you. So if you want something even better sounding, yeah? Fuck, Russ, get over it, man. What do you want, Russ? Russ needs his fixing. Russ needs his own music. What else have I got here? You know what? I'm going to choose another Beatles song next. Let's close this out, actually, now. Let's open a new one because we'll show you one that has drums and everything in it. And again, I've previously opened this like I did with that last track. So we'll choose this. I'll open a metal one as well. We'll do a Carcass one or a Metallica one or something like that because the sky's the limit. There's so many of them. And it's all about, sounds like the rhythm should be in 6/8. Well, that's it. You can change that as well too, Thomas. You've got the power to change all these things up and make them your own. The problem with GarageBand is you only get, 3 time signatures, which sucks. And once you move something into a different time signature, the limitations of the instruments that you can use, it drops dramatically in GarageBand, which sucks. You don't have to use GarageBand as well. You can use Cubasis or you can use other DAWs to do this as well. Just because I know I'm going to grab this Beatles tune. You caused this, Russ. Deal with it now. So this is Michelle by the Beatles, yeah? So I'm going to actually hit the automation on here and turn all this off again. Remember, you have to do this every time. This is more of a mellow song. There we go. Hit done. And let's go here and hear what it sounds like first up with nothing. Right. So it's a better one, yeah? It's definitely a better quality one. So at least there's a good start with this one. No problems, Hambo Hanslow. Let's start with the bass again, yeah? So we will solo this bass. Let's listen to it. Yeah, terrible choice for bass. We'll go in and choose the Liverpool again because it's Liverpudlian, yeah? And add a bit of reverb to it. Take out that. So we've got definitely a better bass. And here's the thing too, you can go in here and transpose this. So you can totally make it your own by transposing the entire thing. Cool, so we'll leave that for now. Let's bring in one of these guitars and play this. Again. Go back to that guitar here. We'll add this Nembrini guitar simulator thing in here just to try and clean it up, give it a brighter kind of sound. And the other thing is too, if you listen to these, you'll notice you can go in here and change all the velocities of these. You'll notice they're all pretty much probably the same kind of velocity. So if you really want to make these songs much more palatable, you can play with the velocities to make them sound more like an actual guitar and not so plucky. You know, you can hear how they're all the same. But we'll go in here as well, and what we'll do is, and what you'll see is, see how these guitars are all, you've got, yeah, but Sample Tank is an inter-app audio, unfortunately, Thomas. Yeah, it would be great, wouldn't it? It would be fantastic if you could do that. But, I mean, the other thing you could do, I guess, is you could, yeah. What we'll do here, let's have a listen to this part, because there's two guitar parts here. I'm going to bring this guitar into the center as well, because there's two over the top of each other. Yeah. There we go. So let's go into this guitar as well, and we'll try something different with this. Let's try adding, what is it? It's called where are we? Jade, EF. Gain stage acoustic, yeah. We can go in here. So we got this one. Let's mute and play this one. Go back. Or maybe not. But that's it. You can play with these to get whatever sound you want, ultimately. For now, I'm just going to do this and just add a reverb for now. Because I'm doing this on the fly, you know. I would spend a lot of time normally to make these sound better. In fact, I really like the, let's get rid of that and go back to this Membrini one. It's much better. There we go, that's nicer. So now that bass is probably a bit too low. So now we got some drums. Now you notice, what's it done with the drums there? Let's open up the drums and have a look. Yeah, because I don't like that snare. So you see, it's put this snare with a rim shot. So we can grab all these, and now we can drag them down to there. Let's have a play now. Now we can change this kit up as well. That's better. That's getting a bit more Beatlesy. Now remember I said there's always a track that has the vocal line. That's got to be this flute down here. There you go. So that's where you're going to be singing over the top, so you don't really want that. Now we've got another guitar here. We've got an electric guitar. So let's say we jump into this electric guitar and do something like, we're going to plugins, edit, we'll add tone bridge in here, see what we can find. Let's go to tone bridge and see if we can find a Beatles tone, yeah? Of this song. That, if I don't know if there is one in tone bridge. If there is, it's going to be a bonus. Tone bridge, right, there's tone bridge. Yeah, well, we're just pissing through things here, so let's do Beatles. There we go, we've got Beatles. See if Michelle is in here. Oh, there you go. This is the solo. There you go. Here's the sound. I wonder how this is going to sound now. Might sound shit. Oh, that's heaps better. We can brighten up this guitar too with a bit of EQ. Whoops, am I on the right track? I'm on the wrong track. Cool, let's go back to start, have it play. So we've got our drums. Now we've got these 3 female choir morphs here. Let's hear what they are. Cool. So what we need to do from here is change these up because they're boring as shit. You know, this is the thing. You're never going to get anything sounding like perfectly like a band with MIDI. But if you're a guitarist as well, you can remove a lot of these guitar tracks and go and play. If you've got the bassist, these things aren't meant to be stuff you're going to fucking release on DistroKid. That's the thing. These are for people who want to do backing tracks and not get slapped with copyright claims on YouTube. That's the most important thing. And to get them as close as you can. Now, only because I'm farting around at such a quick pace is, you know, I would normally spend a lot more time on these to try and make them a lot better, definitely. But let's have a look. We've got this female choir. And what can we go? Maybe a keyboard? Maybe we can go to like a keyboard, maybe like a classic rock organ for this. Let's see. Straight away, that female choir thing, fucking gone. So what's this track? Let's listen to this one. This is a female choir as well. I want to hear what it is. So maybe what we can do with this one is let's go down and let's create a brand new track here. So we'll create a audio unit extension and let's bring in something like let's bring in pure synth. Because there's an awesome choir in there. So we'll use one of the choirs in here over this GarageBand crapola. Let's make this full screen. So we've got pure synth. We've got some choirs in here. Voice and choirs. Maybe just some female bars maybe. And what we're going to do is go back. So now we've got this track here, and what we can do is grab this, drag it down into here, and now let's see what this sounds like. It's all about experimentation too. So that sounds not right. Let's see what this is set at. What can we transpose it? I don't think we can. Oh, I'm on the wrong one. Cool. Now we can go in here and find there we go. Cool. So let's hear what's going on now. So it sounds out of time now. What I'm going to do is move this one back up here and see what this mix choir sounds like. Because I can. So you should be able to see what I mean by doing this stuff. So if you want to create these karaoke backgrounds, you're going to have a heap of fun. Maybe, Thomas, if I really wanted to spend a shitload of time on it, but I really don't, because there's a couple more things I want to get through, because it's up to you to go and do this stuff, to go and download these things and try and make all this stuff sound. Yeah, it probably is all of that. So I'm going to download something metal just for fun now, because I want to. So what have we got? So I pre-downloaded last night. I think, what have I got here? Let's where do I put this sucker? I think I downloaded a Carcass one somewhere. Let's see oh my god, look at all this. I have a whole lot of death metal stuff in here. These are all MIDI files. Where's so even, all right, so we've got a Frank Zappa. Let's open a Frank Zappa one, shall we? Let's play with some Frank Zappa, because this will be confusing as fuck. All right, this is Catholic Girls by Frank Zappa. Whoa! Well, Catholic girls, the tiny little mustache, Catholic girls, they know how to blow. Catholic girls. How do they go after the show? Cool, man. So we've got a little bit of Frank Zappa. What the hell? This is awesome. You can, and it's already put these into so we've got a whole bunch of bass stuff here, vintage bass, jazz drum kit, hollow piano. There's plenty to mess around with once we import this into GarageBand, because it sounds crap always, but it's up to you to make these things sound interesting. That's the point. Let's go over to projects here, and I'm going to save this project, and I'm going to put GarageBand, GB, boom, and save it. We've got 10 minutes before we get out of here, so I won't be able to finish this. Now I'm going to export this as a MIDI. Done. There we go. And now I'm going to open this up into GarageBand. So let's do that. We'll export it into, on my iPad, GarageBand. And save. So now when we open up GarageBand, we can create a brand, so we can create a brand new track. As I said, just create a vocal track to kick it off always. Clean, good to go. Again, GarageBand taking its time to open this shit. I don't know how GarageBand got so slow with this stuff, man. I remember when GarageBand used to be so quick. Is it because they've added so many sound packs now that it takes so long to do this kind of stuff? Probably. That's the price you pay for getting all these extra sound packs. I'm curious to see what this does with... so we'll now do a search for Zapper. There we go. So let's drag this in. Boom. Alrighty. I'm scared. Again, what you have to do is right click on the top track, change the automation. So you have to turn off all the automation of every track, or you will not be able to change anything. It is what it is. It's the joys of working with GarageBand. Save. Good. We have all our tracks now. Let's see what it's done. Sounds better. So we've got glockenspiels in here, we've got everything. Yeah, I'll just save it as it is. I'll send it into YML. I don't know anybody who does that. Is there an actual electric guitar? So there you go. It's really easy to pull these tracks in. One of the ones I've done, this is what, I'll show you one of the ones I've worked on a fair bit. It is, before we go, we've got 6 minutes. Why is it not here? Oh. Damn, I mustn't have saved it under that name. That sucks. My Georgia track. I did do a, so I've been working, I'll show you actually. So my Gladys Worthington. So where are we? Let's find one of my Gladys Worthington tracks. So these are the ones I've done for the Gladys Worthington shows. So let's look at this Careless Whisper one. Here we go. So this is, I spent all this time changing all of this stuff. So I went in here to the Midi, rewrote it all, added some stuff in here, like with my own saxophone, and really tried to make this much better sounding. So I changed this to Hollywood Strings. I've gone in and spent a lot of time on this. So this is Careless Whisper by Wham or George Michael, whatever. And you'll notice for a MIDI track, this sounds pretty schmick. Kinda, sorta. Especially the guitar. Got some Gladys vocals.
Thanks to deep-in, my feet are not so kind. They've got me in a bind. There's no comfort in my shoes. The pain of blisters all the time. Oh, ouch! Oh, Judith! Oh.
So this came from a MIDI file.
So much. Maybe I should have bought a better peg again.
So you can hear.
so sore. Arthritis in my hands. Would you like to hear some more? When I finally die,
What's going on, Andy? Hi, Dave.
I can dance in the sky. My feet will be finally free, and I can shake my butt. I'm never gonna dance again. My corns and bunions got no rhythm, and I'm always on the mend, 'cause I'm a dancing fool. I should have known better, blisters never end. Wasted dancing like a fucking dickhead. So I'm never gonna dance again from the blisters in my dancing shoes. Oh, Dr. Shaw.
So you can hear what's going on here. This, as I said, it's come from a MIDI track. It doesn't sound too bad for a MIDI track, but it took me like a long time to actually build this up, fix up. I had to go in and individually fix every track and try and get stuff on the timeline. Things are out of place, but there you go. So, all right, that's it for today. I hope you kind of understand now. As I said, there's links in the description to all of these MIDI sites. So we'll just close this out. I've opened the wrong thing. So you've got all these MIDI sites here that I've put across the top. There's about, 7 of them. So if you want to start downloading MIDI files and opening up in GarageBand and playing around with them, go for your life. Really good for making backing tracks. Have fun at the end of the day. Mess around. Step out of your comfort zone. Have a good time. That's all these shows are about, Anyway, we've got Pete Johns up next doing YML, so I will see you all over there. The next show I am doing will be tomorrow, and that will be an opening hour show. What are we doing? I can't even remember. What opening hour? Is there there we go. So we're doing an opening hour tomorrow, acoustic stuff. Before that will be the Patreon live stream. We've got a crap load of giveaways on the Patreon live stream tomorrow, including some LumaFusion stuff. And then next week, we're here to kick off a couple more LumaFusion shows, and then we kick off Songtember. Yeah, my birthday show on September 1st. Rock and roll. All right, guys, have a fantastic day. Hit the like button if you like. If you don't like it, hit it twice. Or hit the dislike twice. Or whatever. Do the things that make you happy. Make mistakes, they make you better. They do, I promise you. And I'll see you on the flip side. Adios, my friends. Bye. And remember, don't plagiarize other people's shit. It makes you a shit cunt.